Hello everyone, welcome back to England's History. Today I'm out with the Manticore. We're on a revisit on a dig for Heart of England with Phil Fraghill, where they had 2 gold staters, Roman fibulars, Roman coins, all stuff coming up. This is the revisit. It's all been ploughed and rolled, well ploughed, and it's not too bad to walk on. I've been using the M9 coil this morning, and in a minute I'm going to use the new 18-inch Mythtek coil from Crawford's. Someone's just found some. Yeah, I'm going to use the new Mythtek coil. It's an 18-inch coil from Mythtek that I've just got from Crawford's. It's a big coil. I don't normally like big coils because I've got bad back, but when it comes to an area like this, that's productive. I've been on it all morning. It's going quiet. There's still a few finds coming up, as you've just heard is shouting, but it's gone a bit quieter now than it was this morning. And it'd be interesting to see, because normally you wouldn't use the 18-inch coil on a Roman site where it's quite mineralised and iron infested. It's not mega iron infested, but it's there, so you're better off with a smaller coil normally. But just out of interest, I'm going to run the 18-inch coil over it and see how we get on. If I find more now after it's been hammered already with the 18-inch coil than I have with the 9, it's showing that the 18-inch coil is doing some magic. But I'll be surprised if I get 1 or 2 finds. I'll be surprised. It'd be good. But this is just a little test today. I've just got it, get it out of the box. But the main test is going to be, I want to get on some old pasture. This is where the 18-inch Mythtek will shine. Old pasture, not a lot of iron. The finds are deep, especially if you've got land where I know there's been hammers and stuff coming off already at a decent depth, which the other machines can't get to. The 18-inch coil is going to shine. It's going to have the edge. And normally, it can vary, but normally the bigger the item, the bigger depth you're going to notice gains by using a bigger coil. The smaller targets, there's not much in it, but the bigger the item gets, so you've got 6pence hammer coin, stuff like that, you're going to get like 3, 4, 5 inches. I don't know exactly yet because I've got to do all the tests, but we'll find out. As I find out, you'll find out. I'll video it all, and you can see how we get on. So far I've had silver denarii, hammer coin, and about 4 Roman grots, and a few bits of bronze bits and bobs, partifacts. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Frag's going to bring the coil in a minute. As soon as I get the coil back on, I'll get you back on the video and we'll see what we can find. Hopefully we find some goodies. See you in a bit. Right then, I've got the big massive 18-inch Mythtek coil on. Before I get off and detect, there's a little 2pence I found earlier, a little hammer coin. Just see how deep we can get this. Fucking hell. Excuse my French. That's massive, that's like 2 foot deep. See if I can crank it up a bit more, get a bit more out of it. Picking up my shoes. Right, let's try it again. There, it's just on the edge of detection there. That's got to be over 2 foot. The Mythtek coil. I think it's going to be a nightmare on this Roman mineralised area. Such a big area, it's hard to get onto a single target when you've got nails everywhere. But we'll give it a go for a few hours, see how we get on. If I find anything with that, it'd be surprising, because it's been absolutely bashing, as you can see now. Everyone's buggered off from the mega hot patch, so it's gone very quiet. So if that can get a signal, and if that can find maybe 1 or say 2 targets, I'll be impressed. It'd be interesting to see if we get any depth. But yeah, that is crazy. I'll do a proper test when I get home in my garden. Obviously it's only going to be a bench test, but I'll do a comparison to the 9-inch. Obviously it's a completely different types of detecting, but we'll go through that on the next video. But a quick look at that, it's like, oh my god, only 2 foot on a little hammer coin. Right then, let's keep going. Okay, it's all on, it's all balanced, all ground balanced to the ground. The iron on. That's only at 22 sensitivity at the minute. I'm just getting my bearings with it. See how it performs. Obviously that's a little bit too quiet. So 25. So you're introducing lots of falsing because of minerals. You don't want to be running like that. 24. 22. That's it. I don't mind a bit of falsing, but 23 we're on. First thing I notice, the grain coverage is phenomenal. I could start jogging. I still think I'd. Someone's trusting someone's hole. I could start jogging and still be able to do a proper sweep in my coil. It's that big. The downside of a massive coil, 18 inches, is obviously the weight. It's got a bit of weight to it. You can feel it on your arm. So I would advise, you know, I've got a bad back, so I'm not the perfect specimen to be, you know, strength wise and that, because my back gives in. But I would suggest you get one of the bungee harnesses. There's the Easy Swing. I think Tony Hunt does them. Or you obviously got the big Minelab one, the Pro Swing. It would just help it out a bit, just take the weight off your arm. So yeah, there's definitely weight there, you can feel that. But it's quite stable. I thought it'd be going mad on this Roman patch at 23. It's as noisy as what the 9-inch was, but I was running the 9-inch at about 27. But yeah, Mythtek 18-inch coil. I wouldn't say you'd be using this all day, every day on your normal hunts. It's if you've got an area, you know, there's some good stuff come off. It's pretty clean, not a lot of iron. Put the 18-inch coil on and you're going to get a lot more depth. It's a specialist coil. So if you've got the land that's produced some good stuff in the past, yeah, I think it's 350 quid for the coil. It's a lot of money, but if you've got land that's producing and some really good stuff coming up, it's worth getting it, because you only need to find one more nice find. It'll pay for the coil. Come on. All right, then, I'll get back to you in a minute. Hopefully when I get a signal. Hopefully we can find something. Big iron. It's coming up at the top and just squelching through. Oh, I'll get back to you in a minute. Got a Roman coin. I didn't film it because I didn't think it was going to be anything, because the signal was absolutely terrible. It's about, put the pinpoint in there. I think that pinpoint is 10 inches and it's at the top of that. 10 inches on mineralised site, that's impressive. I've got the audio on. Yeah, there you go, listen. So what I was showing on the 9-inch coil earlier, and that was about 7 inches, 8 inches, and it was on the bottom of the line. So it's performing the same on the deep targets. Whenever it's not a banger and it's at the edge of detection, instead of being on the middle there, it drops the signals down. Well, so that was 10 inches on the ground. I lift it up an inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, gone, 3 inch. So about 13 inches on that little tiny toasted. Hold on a minute. Oh. Right, man. There's nothing on it, but it's besides the point. That's a good test, that is. That's good. I'm impressed with that. It's not the best. It's absolutely toasted. But it's a Roman coin in the area that I've absolutely been bashing, and I've pulled one up. Let's keep going. As you can see, my holes are normally half the size of that, so I've had to dig a bigger hole. But it's the first time out of it. Trying to suss the pinpointing. Obviously I went that way to get the line, went that way to get that line, and dug in the middle. And it was in the middle, but because I went down so deep, I thought, oh, it must be on the edges. And I started digging round, but it was actually in the centre of where I done the X. So, I just felt like I was off, because it's, I don't know, normally big calls you struggle to pinpoint, but that one was, that's the first signal as well I've ever dug with the Mythtek. So Mythtek, first signal, Roman coin. Oh, okie dokie. Yeah. So it was in the centre, I just didn't trust it. So I dug round and dug round and dug round. I was thinking it can't be this bloody deep. About 10 inches. And as you see, I brought the coil up about, I think 4 inches it had gone, 3 inches it was just on the bottom line, like you could just hear it. So yeah, so it's performing the same, you're just getting more depth, which is brilliant, but it's a little bit heavy.